quarterbacks today on SB Fantasy Football.
It's so loud and jarring.
I mean, it didn't sound loud over here.
Yeah.
And welcome to the SB Fantasy Football Podcast, where we try hard.
Yeah.
I'm Alan.
I'm RD. What's up?
Oh, just living the dream, brother. How about you?
Oh, it's nice. Obviously, I got an alert right when I hit go live that Facebook changed some policies or procedures, and I was like, okay, how about I don't care anymore?
Right. So we won't go live there.
Yeah, who cares? Anyways,
Who watches Facebook anyways?
What's up? How you doing?
Oh, just living the dream, brother. How about you?
I'm ready to start talking fantasy because I'm ready to defend my title in multiple leagues.
Okay.
And I figure by doing that, we'll release some rankings, and we're going to start with quarterbacks. We're going to go 1 through 32, not exactly line by line and just stat you to death. But this is our prelim early. It's
Throw
June.
some names at you.
We're going to throw them out there and see what you think about them. If you like them, take them. If you don't, send them right on back.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what we're doing. And some of these will have tier. I do want to talk about, like, say, tier 1 and tier 2 guys.
Okay.
You know, because everybody else, I mean, who cares? And then, maybe not feed them the napkin. The dog's running around in the house.
But yeah, so we're going to start at 32, work our way up to our number one. 32, I got Drake May rolling at 32.
I put Gardner down there. I felt bad by doing it, but I just threw Gardner down there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If you want to talk like rankings, like consensus rankings, expert consensus, things like that, we can talk and then kind of align ourselves up with that. If you like, I mean, that's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, these first ones we're naming, I don't think there's really much that we need to talk about them, right?
Okay.
Gardner Minshew, I got number 31.
Okay.
With Minshew, it's just you don't know how much time he's going to get versus Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah,
right.
I
The
think
kid
so.
that last year was the rookie. They got a decent amount of playing time last year. They brought Minshew on to kind of push him. So you don't really know who's going to start there.
And really, at this point, it doesn't kind of matter. I don't know. It's so far down the list. If you're in a super deep league or maybe a super flex league,
Right.
These will probably come up. But I mean, you're not drafting either one of these guys. I think at this point, even though I'm a big fan of Minshew Mania.
Yeah. Huge.
So I got Bo Nix at 31, Gardner Minshew at 32, Drake May at 30.
Okay, I got Russell Wilson at number 30.
Got him at 29.
I don't expect anything out of him, as well as I expect him to split some time with Justin Fields this year.
Yeah.
Maybe even lose the starting role to Justin Fields at some point in time.
I put it on here. I put Justin Fields top 15 if starting. He's in Pittsburgh. I mean, you've already seen what he can do. He can put up some crazy numbers on certain weeks. A good offense. They're going to try to protect him, not just cast him out there, but I think that's what you can get out of Justin Fields. But yeah, after that, at 28, you got Bryce Young, and then
I got Jane Daniels at 29.
Jane Daniels. You know what? I know you don't like rookie QBs, except for some. Like, there's always an exception. But yeah, I mean, I had to go with. I looked at what everybody else was doing. I look at the talent around Jaden Daniels, and I have him way up there, like around 20. Not way.
I mean, I've seen him ranked pretty high.
Mm-hmm.
Even
I've seen him in the top 10.
Like, let's see here. I saw him pretty high on this ranking, but I'm scrolled all the way down, so give me 1 second.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
He's like 13 at Fantasy Pros.
Yeah.
So,
it's amazing. But I'm with you. It's one of those guys that I'm like, all right, I'm going to actually just not going to worry about because I'm not drafting him. Someone else can have him. Maybe he can have an amazing year. I expect good things out of him. And in the next couple years, Washington could be a threat in the East.
Yeah.
In the NFC.
Yeah, new coaching staff out there.
Mm-hmm.
You got a head coach that's focused on the defensive side of the ball,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't know. And it's still Washington.
It's Washington.
All right.
This dog, I swear to God, doesn't stop licking my toes.
28, I got Bo Nix.
Okay.
You're hearing a lot of good things out of Denver based around him.
Mm-hmm.
I know we've talked to some people like Brandon Combs was really high on Bo Nix.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually, I think, his favorite quarterback coming out of this year's draft. That came out of this year's draft. Sean Payton's got his guy. He could do something this year. He's got some talent around him, but
Maybe.
He's still a rookie. So 28 for me.
20. Bryce Young at 28 for me. I had him and Daniel Jones 28, 27. I don't expect either. Like Daniel Jones, I held on hope for a long time for that guy. I did. And he is.
I've actually got Daniel Jones ranked a little bit higher. I got Bryce Young at 27.
Yeah. So we're really close, kind of bumping into each other a little bit.
A little bit here on the back end. At 26, I got Will Levis.
Will Levis 25.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
25, I got Deshaun Watson.
You got him that low.
I got him that low
Is
because
it
I just
a
don't.
moral decision?
No, it's just.
Because he actually puts up crazy numbers, and
But,
if he
but
comes
he
back
hasn't
healthy, he's
done
gonna be-
much since he's gone to Cleveland, right?
I mean,
He's had a couple games here and there, but
Mm-hmm.
there's not a ton of talent around him in Cleveland either.
boy,
I
not a ton of talent around him, huh?
yeah. You got Amari. Who's name the other wide receiver out there?
Mr. Peoples Jones or something like that. I
Nope,
don't know.
he's with Detroit.
But I know Chubb and what's his name? What the hell's his guy? The backup out there? Who is
Jerome
he?
Ford?
Jerome Ford's back there.
Yeah,
Hold on,
running back man.
No, he's good. Let's see. Browns. Let's see depth chart. I'm going to go to the depth chart. We got time. We're live,
Yeah.
so welcome in. If you're on YouTube or
X.
X, I love X. All right, Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, Elijah Moore.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No,
Did he-
he's
I
got
forgot about
talent.
Jerry
Yeah,
Jeudy.
Judy came over. Elijah Moore's still there. David Njoku, shut your mouth. He's good.
Yeah, but he's that guy that's always had the potential, but has never had that breakout.
I don't even know who you are anymore.
I'm telling you, he just hasn't been.
He hasn't. What? He's good.
He's got potential to be good.
That dude scores points.
Okay.
Living the dream out there. So, yeah, I got Deshaun Watson a little, way higher, and so does everybody else.
Okay.
I don't see
That's
him really below. Man, do I see Deshaun? No, okay. So about 16. He's mid-teens.
Okay.
He can be as high as 25, though, or 24. You had him at 25?
25.
25. I got a feeling. Like, if he comes back and he gets the right amount of rug and tugs, whatever.
Yeah, but everyone's watching him now, so he
Oh.
can't get the rub and tugs, right? Plus, it just injuries problems too.
Can't you just
He's
get
done
a
nothing
girlfriend?
but get
He
injured,
did get injured.
right?
And he's coming back, and they say he's,
Ahead of schedule
he's
right
ahead of
now,
sch-
but okay.
Oh, God, I hate hearing that. The ahead of schedule.
So he's rushing. He's rushing to get to training camp.
He's like, I got to go. We got to go.
Okay, buddy. All right. Did you give me your 25?
Number 25 for me, like I said, Will Levis, and I got J.J. McCarthy at 24.
I got Daniel Jones at 24, and then I got J.J. McCarthy at 23.
Okay. All right. And then Geno at 23 for me.
Okay.
I got him super low. Like, I think he can actually do some
I've
damage
actually got
this year.
Geno a little bit higher this
You
year.
should. He should be in the teens, but I did him dirty. I left him behind Baker Mayfield and Matt Stafford at 21 and 22. Yeah. I got him way low. How high you got Baker this year?
We'll get there.
Oh, buddy. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. You got Baker. How high do you have Baker?
I'm not there yet.
How high do you have
Don't.
Baker?
We'll get there when we get there.
That's awesome. I know you got Stafford high because you're a Stafford homer. You sit there and you go, like, every time you get to plow your girlfriend, you put the Stafford jersey on. Do you got a helmet too? Do you put the helmet on?
I don't have a helmet.
No?
I don't have a helmet.
Okay.
I got Caleb Williams at 22.
Okay.
You just hadn't heard much good things out of camp around him.
I gave it.
It is just camp, but it is the Bears, and they don't have a good offensive line. And
He's all over the map from like 13 to 20. I gave in and put him at 19. I got Jaden Daniels at 20, Caleb Williams at 19.
you have at 21.
I told you, Matt Stafford.
Oh yeah.
So I
got Derek Carr at 21.
I put Stafford down there. He's getting a little bit older.
So does that mean you have Derek Carr ahead of Matt Stafford?
No, Derek Carr is 26.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
guess I missed that.
No, it's all good. We're just glossing over
Yeah,
because these
yeah.
are just some names that we're talking about. We're about to get into guys that are absolutely going to be drafted in your, you know what I mean, and things like that. So we're just
We're working on
you know what I
our
mean?
way
Like
there.
most of the guys that we've already talked about, I have no interest in drafting other than probably Matt Stafford.
In your dynasty leagues, you're going to see Caleb Williams, J.J. McCarthy,
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix, Jane Daniels,
say
Drake
Drake
May.
May? Okay.
Those guys are going to go in your dynasty leagues, right?
Yeah.
But in your redraft leagues, no one's going to see these guys.
Yeah.
Number 20, I got Aaron Rodgers.
I was kind of concerned how low you go because you're a big Rod fan. Like
I do like, but I
You're a
think
massive
the
fan.
game's passed them by.
I think so as well. I was going to drop them all down to 20, but the guys you won't believe who I snuck behind him because he's only like 3 more spots up.
Now the thing with him is though, I will say, if you draft him really late, he does have the potential to be a league
10.
winner.
Yeah, top 10 guy for sure.
Because you're going to get him super late, which allows you to draft some other position players earlier, help you build a better roster. He can definitely help you win your league this year if he comes back the way that he had been before he came to.
Yeah.
New York and played three snaps and then was done.
It's all going to come down to, does he want to win and compete? If he doesn't,
can that offensive line protect him?
True.
You know,
they're not
because
terrible.
They're not good though.
Yeah, middle of the road. Call it middle of the road. How about that?
I'd
So
say
lower-
below
lower-
average.
So you got like amazing, above average, average, below average, and sucks. So you got him back below average.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I
Yeah.
mean, I get with that.
Yeah.
All right.
Geno Smith at 19.
Okay. I mean, I don't know where to stick some of these guys, and Geno could be a dude that has a great season, because I think if he gets the ball to DK more this year, you get Njigba out there as well. He's got the guys.
He's got guys around him.
He's just got to be able to convert, and then the running game isn't terrible out there.
You're a year removed from him being a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah,
though, right.
yeah.
You know, not last year, but the year before, he was a top 10
He was slinging it.
fantasy quarterback.
Yeah.
So, and last year I think he was under 20, but I think you're going to find him maybe somewhere between that 10 and that 20 range, right?
Gotcha.
I got him at 19, kind of on that lower end there.
As I mentioned, I had Caleb Williams at 19. I have Trevor Lawrence at 18 and Justin Herbert at 17. I know that's going to break your heart, but he broke my heart. I don't know how many years in a row. 2 years in a row. I can't keep getting hurt by Justin Herbert.
We'll talk about Herbert later. I got Anthony Richardson at 18.
Way too low. That guy.
Here's the thing.
You're going to lose your S when I tell you how high I got him.
I probably will, but injuries last year.
Sure.
Right? He got beat up a lot last year. When he was in, he showed some flashes.
Some flashes. He scored some serious effing points when he was in.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he was a top 3 quarterback when he was playing.
Okay.
Yeah.
He showed some flashes.
Flashes. They have flashes.
He also had some bad games too.
Yeah.
Don't act like every game he was in, he's out there slinging around like he's Joe Montana. Okay,
We're all of a sudden, I got this guy ready. I'm getting the bust ready for the Hall of Fame, baby. The guy's going to be a legend.
But this is a guy that came out of college that there was a lot of questions around too.
I loved it.
A lot of people were talking like that the Colts took him too high.
Yeah.
And they ran with him. He did have some good games, right?
He's got a cannon of an arm.
You also got to worry about getting hurt like that and getting beat up like that in your rookie year, and then coming back the next year.
It's always tough.
Right?
Yeah, it's tough.
So I'm going to temper my expectations for him. And then speaking of tempering expectations, a lot of people have this guy a lot higher, but Kyler Murray, I got him at 17.
I went higher because he's back. He's healthy. I expect more out of him this year.
You took Hollywood away from him.
Yeah. McBride's going to feast this year. I know you're not a fan of it. You're like, oh, dude, he's going to feast.
Didn't see it.
He's going to feast. We talked about tight ends. When the hell did we talk about that? I can't remember. And you're like, what? Who? And I go, he's the guy. He's the guy out there, and he's going to feast this year. It's going to be amazing.
I was like, huh, okay. Yeah, I don't get it. Where are you at?
On what number are we on?
I just gave you 17.
17, Justin Herbert. And
That's
then,
right. Okay.
A. Ron at number 16 for me.
I got Baker at 16.
Okay. Big things for Baker. I mean, he's got amazing talent around him.
He had a good year last year. I don't see any reason for him not to.
There's nothing that really changed.
Have another good year this year.
Yeah. You're a Baker guy, though. You know, in the last couple of years, I think when he went to Tampa,
fantasy wise, yeah.
I think when he went to Tampa, I was like, okay, I'm in. Because in Cleveland, he was just getting beat up. They would not protect him.
No.
He couldn't get the ball off. You know, you got Odell Beckham Jr.'s dad out there, or senior, Odell Beckham Sr. making a damn mixtape of him overthrowing his son and stuff. I'm like, dude, that was the biggest F around ever.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. But yeah, can Geno be or can Baker make it? Baker can be top 15 for sure.
Oh, easily. I
Without even playing.
Top 15 is easy. I got him at 16, but
you telling me he can't bust it on that? I mean, he can, and he will possibly.
Yeah.
Anyways,
15. This is a guy that I got pretty low, but I'm waiting to hear prognosis on him going into the season.
You talking about 2 Chainz, Cuzzo?
Kirk Cousins at 15. Just because I don't know his status.
Oh, buddy.
Right. He tore the ACL.
I don't have much higher,
kind of a little bit later in the season.
Yeah.
Typically a year recovery time on that. Now, it possibly quicker. Right.
Yeah.
But you just don't know. But if he's back healthy in camp, ready to go at the beginning of the season, that's a guy I'm pushing into my top 10.
Yeah.
Easily. Especially with all the talent around him. I mean, he's got.
I just need him. I need to see him
got a lot of
some
talent.
live action, practices, things like that, and then he gets thrusted right in. Absolutely. I said I had Aaron Rodgers at 16, Deshaun Watson at 15. And he could be top 10 as well. He's got the talent around him. Can he? How's the injury? Need to know about that, obviously. And then I got Jared Goff 14. I know you probably have him like 5. And I probably could have went higher, but the other people
This is a guy that's finished in the top 10 the last 2 years.
But the guys I have in front of him are like so much better.
Are they? Because he's been in the top 10 the last 2 years.
Well, the other couple guys have been hurt. They got hurt last year. So, yeah,
so now we factor injuries out of the equation.
Well, I'm just saying. If If all of a sudden you make it in the top 10 and it's because like 5 quarterbacks
the disrespect.
were out. Yeah, no, I don't.
Put some this guy's been doing things these last couple of years that nobody else in NFL history has done.
I've already said that I'm targeting this guy. We've talked about it before. I'm targeting him, and I hope to get him in the late rounds, obviously, because right now, he's just been kind of hanging around. I don't know where. I don't know. I don't know what
disrespect.
To do. I don't think it's disrespect.
You watch your mouth when you talk about my quarterback.
I got other guys ahead of him.
Shut your mouth when you talk about my quarterback.
I mean, let me tell you this. A lot of teams or a lot of other people, the ECRs and things like that, have been 23, 21, 19, 18, 20, 15, 15 and 14 is the highest.
Okay.
But I did give him the respect of 14.
Did you?
But I think, yeah, totally, he can be top 10.
Slandering this man's name. He's been top 10 the last 2 years.
Well, think about this. Pat Mahomes had a terrible year last year. Anthony Richardson got hurt. C.J. Stroud didn't turn on until the second half of the year. He was a rookie. Kyler Murray was hurt last year. Tua, he had a great first couple months. I got people in front of him that are a hell of a lot. I think the ceiling's a little bit higher. So,
okay, but these are also guys that he's outperformed the last several years.
Injuries.
But that's part of it.
So I got Goff at 14. Who you got 14?
Your mother. That's who I got at 14.
That's a terrible pick.
Matt Stafford. I got Stafford at number 14.
So if you have Stafford at 14, you have Goff in the top 5.
No. I will tell you he's not in my top 5.
He's number 6.
Okay. I think I have him ranked respectively for how he's performed the last couple of years.
And they are going to run the ball more. And I
expect him. Well, they're also going to sling the ball around a lot more this year too. Yeah. God, you're just this fucking guy. Number 13, I got Trevor Lawrence there. And he's a guy that I could see being a top 10 quarterback, but
I left him lower. He just got paid.
He just got paid.
And you know how that works.
Sometimes good, sometimes not so good, right?
Yeah, more on the no good.
At 13, I think he's.
I got Kirk Cousins there because I think I think he's going to come back, and then obviously with the talent around him, I think this is a good landing spot for him just to be kind of middle of the road. But if he's healthy, and him in that offense, it could be fire.
Again, like I said, if I know he's good to go at the beginning of the season, he's not going to miss any time. I definitely have Kirk Cousins ahead of Trevor Lawrence.
Well, hold on, but how high do you put him if he's healthy?
He's in my top 10.
That's it. Like so, he's 9, 10.
Could you go higher? I'd have to reevaluate things.
Could you go higher?
I don't know. I'd have to
top
think
5?
about it. No.
You don't think so?
No.
I don't think so either.
No.
I do like him, though. I think he could finish top 5 this year. Yeah. Because, some of these guys are going to fall off.
Number 12, Mr. Irrelevant himself.
Hey, Brock Purdy. We go. Yeah. Cheers to you, pal. Me too.
It's
steady the ship.
He's a bus driver, right? But he produces. He's a bus driver that produces, that puts up numbers.
Why do they always dog him like that? If he wasn't Mr. Irrelevant, everybody would just be talking him up like nonstop.
Well, I actually think he was talked up plenty.
You think so?
Especially that first season when he didn't lose until he got to the NFC Championship.
You just said it. He did not lose until he got to the NFC Championship.
Right. But that's not fantasy.
Yeah. I got it. He did pretty well.
There's a difference between being a good quarterback and being a good fantasy quarterback.
He still scored you some points. He still got you there.
He got you some points, but
by the time that happened, the leagues were over.
Yeah. Number 11, I got Tua.
Tua as well. Yep.
And he's definitely a guy who could be top 10 or higher.
It sucked last year when you got into the colder months and they were on the road in cold cities and things like that. And he just, I don't know what the deal is, man. He can't play in the cold.
Yeah.
Man. And he could be so much better. I mean, there were some games where he's lighting it up, man, scoring you tons of points.
Yeah.
Just slinging it. And Tyreek Hill's healthy. Waddle's there.
He's either going to give you the moon or take a dump in your hands. You don't know.
You have no idea.
No idea. No clue.
What is that dog eating now?
I don't know.
It's like a bag of beef jerky. I gotta get that.
It's a bag of beef jerky.
Who's next?
Number 10, we're in our top 10 now, getting our top 10 fantasy quarterbacks for this year. I know I'm going to piss Rapid Dave off with a few of these, but you know what? That's what I'm here for. I'm here for that. And I don't know if you noticed a player that I haven't named yet that you had ranked pretty low, but I got a player coming up here in a little bit that.
What is it? Oh, it's got to be. Have you said Minshew yet?
I did. Minshew was like number 31.
Well, you already said Baker. You have Matthew Stafford. Herbert. Is it Herbert?
Number 10, CJ Stroud.
Okay. I put Kyler Murray at 10 just because I was like, you know what?
That's way too high for
I think
me.
he's
way too high.
I think that's appropriate for his skill level and the talent he has out there. I think so. I think it's fine.
I mean, maybe before Call of Duty, the new Call of Duty comes out, but
everyone else has him at 9, 10, as low as 7,
I don't get that,
as
though.
high as 11.
I don't
Yeah, if
understand
it's
that.
double XP weekend, no, I'm not starting him.
I just don't.
I'm not starting
man.
him.
I don't know.
But he's got the talent though. He can get you on the legs and with the arm. Touchdowns, baby, touchdowns.
Number 9 is a guy who's injury prone.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
There you go.
I know a lot of people got him ranked higher.
It's every other year.
I just
we're in the other year now.
But here's the thing. Go ahead and pencil this down. If you're a gambling man or woman, you just go ahead and bet on the Bengals lose week 1 because that's what they do. I don't care.
Oh, they usually lose.
They
week 1,
lose
right?
week 1, like 3 or 4 years in a row. They've lost week 1.
Yeah, the home opener or whatever.
They're just
I don't even know who they're playing this
it
year.
doesn't matter. They're going to lose.
I think they played the Browns last year.
If they play the Bears, I'm going to take the Bears to win. That's how serious I am with this.
It's like you always have to take the Ravens in any preseason game, and I do.
Yeah.
I make money.
They finally lost one last year, I think it was.
It was like week 4 or week 3 or whatever. They finally lost. Like, oh, okay, that sucks.
Yeah.
I was like, don't care.
Burrow at 9, and that's a guy that's got a lot higher of a ceiling. But
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Man, I was looking for the stupid who they play week 1, but I'll get back to it.
Yeah. Who you got at 9?
9, Jordan Love.
Okay.
Green Bay.
I got Jordan Love at 8.
Yeah, I was like, so you can have him right there, 7, 8, 9. I think you'd be fine. He showed you what he can do last year at the end of the season and in the playoffs. Holy moly. It's the kid's got it. He's another year in. It's going to be good stuff for Green Bay. It's going to be tough for, I think, the Detroit. Detroit's got a Green Bay team that's decent.
I saw somewhere that they're only giving Detroit like a 30% chance to win the division this year, and I'm like,
I was going to hit you up because I was at Encore, and they had some cool if Detroit makes the playoffs, and it was like, it wasn't crazy. It was like negative like 200 maybe. I was like, I'm about to drop like a couple $1,000s on this thing.
we're making the playoffs.
You're gonna make it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I thought. I was like, man, that's crazy. And so
take that check to the bank.
I was
It's
trying to
good.
get those odds at one of the MGM properties because I already left. I was like, oh, I gotta go. But hell, I mean, if I
They
make
were
it
like,
back,
"No, we ain't giving you those odds."
they didn't even have that as an option. I was looking at my phone, and then I went into the casino looking around. I was like, all right, well, I'll hit it back up in August. And I was like, I'm gonna do that because if you can pick teams that who you think's gonna make the playoffs, I'm like, yeah. I was like, oh, I've been doing that lately. Just hitting the
hitting
freaking mic. Drive me crazy. But yeah, no, I got Detroit definitely making it. But anyways, yeah, Jordan Love at 9.
Okay, who do you have at 8? I have Jordan Love at 8.
CJ Stroud.
Yeah, Stroud at 8. Okay, all right. Number 7, Dakota Rain Prescott.
I went high. I went higher.
You don't have a lot around him this year. I think that team's actually gotten worse.
Oh, it has. But he's going to keep slinging it because
He's
that's
going to
the thing.
keep slinging it, but I think
They get in trouble.
I think that the issue you're going to run into this year is I think those interceptions are going to go back up this year.
You think so?
I think so.
Last year he was like very conscientious about it, and he's like methodical. I'm going to get him lower, and he did go. He went under. He hit the under for the year.
I mean, Zeke's your running back, right?
Yeah, I mean, unless they just hand it to Was it Dowdle?
Rico Dowdle? Yeah.
I stop, but
I don't know. The offensive line got worse.
he's going to have to throw
You
it.
don't have. I mean, you got CD, then you got Brandon Cooks.
Yeah.
Cooks as a number 2 is not
Schultz,
a good option.
or not Schultz. Who's their tight end out that way?
Jake Ferguson.
Ferguson,
right?
right? Yeah, he's a good tight end though.
He's okay.
Yeah, he gets it done.
I just
Schultz. No, Schultz in Houston.
Yeah. I just don't see. He's still going to put up good numbers. I mean, I got him in my top 7, but
Yeah.
I think you see those interceptions go up.
I think it's quite low. 7 for me, Anthony Richardson. I think he's going to be balling this year. I cannot wait to see him, and when he gets back, I cannot wait. It's going to be awesome.
I guess. Number 6.
So I got him out of order. But anyway, so yeah, Joe Burrow, number 6.
Okay.
I kept him out of my top 5, which I could probably put him in there. I could probably get him in there. It's the other year. It's a year coming off of a injury, and when that happens, it's Super Bowl time, baby. Making it to the Super Bowl. I mean, not winning it because we don't do that.
No.
The refs will make sure that there's a holding call with a minute left. Don't worry about it. Don't look into it. Don't watch the
Did
film.
you guys lose by like 30?
No, not that year. What? They lost after that hold call. It came down to the end. But yeah, no, I left Burrow out. I got him at 6. T. Higgins is signing his franchise tag. Get Jamar Chase just dying for targets. Zach Moss in the backfield. So he's gonna put up some points for you this year.
Number 6. Oh, my captain, my quarterback, Mr. Jared Goff at number 6.
I mean, I don't really snub at it. One, you're a homer, but it's funny that we both have our own quarterbacks at number 6. It's like we want to give the respect, but it's like, well, let's not top 5 it. But I think I just really do. I think that he was a product of a lot of injuries last year, and yeah, he got it done.
It's 2 years in a row he's been top 10. Right.
I haven't looked at the actual numbers on him as far as I think we looked at it during the Detroit. Go back and watch the Detroit show. Can Detroit win you a Super Bowl or a fantasy championship? Because I went line by line and how close he was to the other guys and whatever. And I think there was a lot of bunching around that where a quarter of a point or a point made a lot of difference and jumped you up and down. But does he have the potential? Yes, he does. Does he have the talent around him? He absolutely does. Can he do it? Yeah. I mean, but it sounds like they want to run the rock this year a little bit more.
I mean, we ran it last year, right? But then this year they're looking to get Jameson Williams more involved in the offense.
You're just bombing it down the field.
Yeah, you're just.
I mean, he's not running.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
He's just running go
another
routes.
year. Just, I'm expecting a lot of things out of him this year.
Sounds good. Yeah. Number 5, I got Patty Mahomes, and this is one of these things where I probably could have put him higher.
I did put him higher,
and it was a terrible year for him last year, right? Eventually, those numbers they have to regress, and they did. It finally hit him, and it affected me. So now I'm,
you're lashing out.
Now I'm pissed.
You're acting out now,
and so now I'm like, you know what? You're in the top 5, but you are number 5. And
okay,
yeah, no, he's got. I think he'll be fine this year. Obviously, he's tier 1 guy. The top 5 that I have here, I'll call. Even though there's some guys I have ranked in here, and you're going to be like, oh, what the, whatever. But anyways, Patty Mahomes should have a phenomenal year this year, but I'm burnt and hurt.
I drafted him last year.
Me too.
He hurt me a little bit. I can show you on the doll where he touched me, but I'll talk more about him here in a minute. When I get to him on my rankings. But
if you drafted him, you were hurt, and it probably cost you your season.
I've got him higher than 5.
You probably have him at 3, 4.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Number 5, and maybe I'm probably going to get fleeced for this one. Maybe I'm going to have my heart broken, but I've got Justin Herbert at number 5.
You just love getting your heart broken.
It is not so much. I've always believed in Justin Herbert, right? And he definitely has the talent. But I think what he's got going for him now is he's got a really good coach there in Jim Harbaugh, who's great with quarterbacks.
You were absolutely bonkers with this one.
Okay, then I'm bonkers with it.
Bonkers.
But you know what? You ain't gonna win championships by, pussyfooting around the whole time. Sometimes you got to take some chances.
Yeah.
And this is a branch I'm willing to walk out on.
You've
it's
walked
a branch
out on Justin Herbert before.
Okay.
And it's just done nothing the last several years. Like you buy into this, and then like here I am, like I was like I can't wait, I can't wait, and then all of a sudden, Jesus.
I believe in Jim Harbaugh. I think this is more so a belief in Jim Harbaugh.
No, I just realized what you just said. Okay, I got you.
As much as he's great with. Look what he did with Colin Kaepernick. He went to the Super Bowl with Colin Kaepernick.
Didn't the team already kind of have the road paved, and he just kind of filled in a start for him?
Hey,
didn't the defense get him there?
Hey, that offense had to make some things happen.
He had to
too.
kick a couple field goals,
and
Robbie Gould's like, yeah, no, I carried the team.
Harbaugh's done. He's good with quarterbacks. I expect him to get full production out of Justin Herbert this year. Whatever.
Yeah, cool.
I'm okay going out on this branch. Okay, it's not a limb; it's a branch.
So, were you willing to draft him?
I don't know because I'm.
Well, what you're telling me
with my draft strategy, though, I'm looking to take a quarterback later that I feel is going to produce really, really good. Now, Herbert's one of those guys, but I'm kind of leaning towards Goff this year. because I can get him later, right?
Yeah, towards Goff.
And that, that's a guy that I got one spot away from Herbert on my ranking.
Well, I'm just telling. Well, according to this, you have one spot away from. All right, so Herbert, you have above or number 4, right? You say 4 or 5?
4 or no 5.
You
5.
have him at number 5.
I got him 5, and I got Goff at 6.
Herbert's going. Like I said, so far down the list. So, but you're so head over heels for Herbert. How soon do you take him?
He's going so late anyway. There's only upside. Yeah, I haven't done a lot of mock drafts yet.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to gauge where I'm gonna be taking players right now, as I got to start getting into doing some mock drafts. But I feel but I also feel like he's a guy that's going to go a few rounds before Goff's going to go. I see him going before Goff.
So he's QB 16 right now. Let's say on Fantasy Pros, right? Number's 96 overall. So chances are he goes in like the 9th round.
Goff's going later than that.
How soon do you have to go after this guy that you say is a top 5 guy?
I don't know. I haven't done the research yet. Okay.
Wait, what?
As far as like draft strategy.
So Goff,
I haven't done a lot with
90,
my draft strategy.
Goff is 90 versus Herbert at 96.
Okay.
So both going to say the 9th round. But
a lot of mock drafts that I've seen, Goff's been going later.
They both go later because it's
I'm talking about later than the 9th round. I've been seeing him going later than the 9th round.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I've done that.
Right.
Where he's even later than that.
Right.
He's going so you've already read that. Why is the other one up there? I thought one of them's clicked, the other one's not.
So
okay. There you go.
But yeah.
Cool.
Whatever. That's what I got. Okay.
Yeah. I like you ended it with that caveat a little bit of I haven't done the research yet.
On my draft strategy. I'm still working on my draft strategy, okay?
That was a comment of the night right now. I can't wait.
This could finally be the year he brings rushing value in this Roman offense. Yeah. 4?
Number 4, I have Jalen Hurts.
Same here.
I couldn't put him top 3. I think he can actually fall out of the top 10 this year. There's no tush push. That's not happening. So he's not.
You don't have Jason Kelce.
You're not pushing it in from the 2 or the 1 or the 3 anymore. You're gonna have to hand the ball off or throw it. If you throw it, congratulations, you got AJ Brown, the massive mountain of a man that's ready to catch the ball. Decent tight end out there as well. So you got those options. So that kind of eliminates it. They're probably not going to hand it off. But I put him at 4.
I mean, no, they will hand it off because they're going to turn around. They're going to hand it off to Saquon.
I mean, he's there.
So that's why you go out and you get a Saquon Barkley. So when you get to the 1 yard line, you hand it to him and you let him run it in there.
Which takes
you got this offensive line that, while I don't think the offensive line will be as good this year without Kelce, still a really good offensive line. Yeah. Still one of the probably still one of the top 5 offensive lines in the league. Guys, as good as Kelce was, this new center is younger and stronger. The tush push will definitely still be a thing.
Still be a thing? All right.
We'll see. Number 3, I got Josh Allen at number 3.
You will not believe who I have at 3. It's a name I have not said yet.
Oh, well, obviously.
What's this going here? Hold on. There we go. Number 3, Dak Prescott.
Okay.
I put him out there because
that's really high.
I think they got to sling it this year.
I
took a chance. I was like, you know what? I really like Prescott for some reason this year, and I had him as my second quarterback in our super flex league. So if you're a listener, a viewer, whatever, you can get in on the Strikeout Beer SB Fantasy Football League this year. It's super flex. We're going to run about 12, possibly 14 teams. We'll see. But yeah, if you don't know what we're talking about, Strikeout Beer is that's our home show. That's what we've always done for about 5 or 6 years now. And we just kind of branched out. We used to do beer and fantasy football in there, and then now we talk about everything. And then we wanted to have a focus on fantasy football, and that's why we're here at SB Fantasy Football.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you want to be in on that, let us know. Send a message or strikeoutbeer@gmail.com.
Yeah, but with Josh Allen, I mean, they're definitely going to sling the ball around, right? You don't know who's going to be the number 1 guy there.
Well, you got Pat Mahomes and then Lamar Jackson, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, those are 2 names I haven't said yet.
There you go. I mean, I was like, ding.
or do I have Joel Milton III up there?
Wild card, baby.
I don't know, man.
Timothy.
Who knows? I hadn't said Jacoby Brissett yet either. I'm just saying.
So, but I feel like I really do feel. I think it's obviously high for Dak, but I feel like he can sling it.
I feel like that's really high.
And there's a reason that CeeDee Lamb's, one of the top receivers in the league. He gets peppered with a ton of targets, scores a ton of touchdowns. He's got that yak. He gets open. He's elusive and whatnot. And so he's the guy that's going to get you there. But yeah, no, Dak, like I can't believe I just said it either because I don't even like Dallas. Like Dallas whips me, but I think it's mostly the fans that whip me.
But you also hate Dak too.
Well, I had him last year on my fantasy team, and that's how I got this little baby. You know what I mean?
No, you got this because you made it. You made that.
Well, I won it too. Well, I made it for me because when you start winning championships, it's not terrible to be happy about it.
Okay.
And I was kind of happy about it. So there you go.
There you go.
And then number 2, I got Lamar. Where do you got Lamar?
Number 2.
Okay. I think he's going to have an amazing year. He's put on some pounds, so I don't know how that's going to affect him, but I think he's bulking up to actually rush more and take more
he's
damage.
Lost weight to be more agile.
I thought he went down. Did he go up?
He went down.
Oh, shit.
Because he wants to be more agile.
Yeah. I'm talking about somebody. I'm talking about Richardson. Richardson put on the pounds. So, yeah, he lost weight to be more agile, to get out there and cut more.
Because you got Derrick Henry to pound the ball.
Exactly. So he's going to run. The run game is still going to be insane out there, but you don't know that option is going to be.
And I think Zay Flowers is going to have a really good year this year.
He should.
Rashad Bateman, he did pretty good. Mark Andrews,
he'll be back and healthy.
Yeah,
dude, that hip drop tackle took him out. And don't get me wrong. Likely had a great year in his absence, right? So it doesn't matter who's at tight end. Right. Lamar's going to get you the targets in the red zone. You're going to score a touchdown or 2 every single week for him. But Lamar I like seeing him. A couple of years ago, everybody was just dogging him. And I was like, he's good. He's good. There's some mental issues. He's got like the Knobloch syndrome, right? Throwing balls in the dirt and stuff like that. He's got the yips. I go, let him just work it out. And he has. Right. And it's like, I can't wait to see what he does this year, to be honest with you. And then who's your number 1, Patty?
Pat Mahomes this year. I think he's back this year. And I think Kansas City learned a lesson by trading away Tyreek Hill and just throwing dudes out there.
Yeah.
And so what did they do this year? They went and they got Marquise Brown. Mm-hmm. They drafted Xavier Worthy. Of course, you're bringing back, Travis Kelce. Rashee Rice, we'll see how much play time, how much time he's going to miss. He's going to get suspended, right?
Yeah.
It's just a matter of how many games.
How many games is he going to? That's crazy.
He was a guy that stepped up towards the end of the year last year. Mm-hmm. But also, like Justin Watson was a guy that kind of there in the middle of the season had some good games. McCole Hardeman came on late last year.
They got to figure out their run game as well. Pacheco's not going to be your starter every single week, and CEH is behind him. I don't even know if McKinnon's still on the damn team, but yeah, they're gonna go find someone else, and it's gonna be some dump passes as well. But I've been hurt too many times, like I said, and my number 1 obviously is Josh Allen. He just keeps producing. I think you might see some regression this year. I could have put him at number 2, possibly number 3, just because there's who the hell's out there, right? And you're going to see that just the same thing that happened to Mahomes, right? Who's out there?
Right.
Kincaid going to catch all the touchdowns? I don't know. Shakir, he's, I don't know. And
we'll see.
They just they've got the rookie out there as well. I believe they just drafted. I can't think of his name. It's escaping me right now. But
Steve.
I'll just say this. My final thoughts on Josh Allen is he's going as early as like the 2nd round.
Keon Coleman,
there it is.
And they also got Curtis Samuel over there.
They did pick
and Matt Collins and Chase Claypool and MVS. So they got a bunch of guys there. They just got to figure out
how they're going to use
who's going to do what, right?
But this is one of my things where if you're obviously looking to stack running backs and receivers, you're not going to go after Josh Allen because Josh Allen's going in the late 1st, early 2nd round, sometimes mid-2nd round. And I've done mock drafts. I know exactly where it lands because that's it. It says next pick him, right. Whatever. And I'm like, why not? Get a stud. I've done the whole get a stud in each position and then start filling in holes.
Right.
And it's worked out fine. I've done just fine with that. But it's like, couldn't I have done just a little bit better? You know what I mean? If I went, running back, receiver, instead of getting that quarterback so early, because there's so much talent later. And then we've talked about it as well, as even with your guy, right? Jared Goff. You can get Jared Goff so late. You can get, Justin Herbert late in a lot of rounds. You're really high on him, but you can still get him late. Tua's going to be there. There's other guys around that you can get more value of, and you can start stacking some studs.
I mean, we've seen it where you've got drafts. Or you did a mock draft where you had Caleb Williams go, and he's going over Tua and over Goff.
Yeah.
Which is just insane to me.
Yeah. Well, that's something that's like I don't know if it was a Bears. It was Ottawa draft and all that kind of stuff, but you don't know who else pops in there. But yeah, no, there's no list that I have him ahead of him. Caleb Williams, he's lucky to be at 19 on my list. You know what I mean? I'd rather have Matt Stafford, but I'm just giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Fantasy Pros has him at 15 for this year. Ahead of Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, Kirk Cousins, Stafford.
We talked about that.
I just don't see that.
Yep.
Right? These are guys that are going to produce and that produce every year. So
here's our initial 1 through 32 quarterbacks. We will, if there's any adjustments that need to be made, obviously we'll go through training camp and things like that, and we'll update you if if Cuzzo is sitting there slinging it and looking awesome. Well, he's moving up.
I definitely see him moving into my top 10. Who am I bumping out at that point in time? I don't know. Am I just sliding him in? And then I got to see how the other guys in the top 10 are doing, right? Is it just a simple slide up? Now CJ Stroud drops out of my top 10 and Kirk Cousins goes into there. Or am I keeping him at 10, moving somebody else out, bumping someone else out? I don't know. We'll see.
So all these might not be a long format podcast or something like that. It could be a short update on YouTube. We are on Facebook, YouTube, and X. I think we've created Instagram as well, so we've got that as well. But anywhere you listen to podcasts, this is available. If you want video, it's on X, YouTube, and Facebook at the moment. Yeah, there you go. What are you going to do, man? Yeah, pretty excited.
Jane Daniels, big question mark. That's a guy that I had ranked.
I got him at 20.
I got him at 29 right now, but I could definitely see him going up, right? See how training camp goes, how things are looking.
Thanks for watching, Dylan.
But yeah, Dylan, thanks for coming in, brother. We appreciate it. Everyone else watching over on X, we appreciate you guys stopping in. But let us know. Tell me how dumb I am for having Justin Herbert in my top 5.
Pretty dumb.
Maybe I just like to have my heart broken.
You do.
Yeah, we'll see. But thank you guys so much for watching. As always, like, share, comment, tell a friend. We love you. As always, I'm Alan.
I'm Marty.
Talk to you guys later. Deuces. Thanks, Pokey.